To start with profiling, we first need to create a code test project. You can create new project by clicking on new project icon. We will name this project as Pet Store Code. This is Import tab. Instead of creating a project from scratch, we can import a project from your IDE. AppPerfect can import projects from most commonly used IDE. In the Source tab, we will add our project source. We will add source folder containing Java files using the Add Folder button. Once the required files and folders are added, the source tree will be visible. Here you configure the JDK and JRE that compiles and execute your code. We choose the default JDK. If your source loads native libraries to execute native codes, you need to add directories having these native libraries here. Do not add native libraries, but the directories that contains these libraries. In class path sections, you need to provide locations from where the third-party classes used in the source will be loaded. We will add the lib folder of the built-in Tomcat server. We have a web application deployed on a web server, so we select type as server or web applications. We provide the URL of the running application. In App Server Settings tab, check the checkbox and select App Server as Tomcat 5 or above. Set server home to Tomcat folder and startup file to catalina.sh from bin folder. We can validate the settings. Once validated, you can click on OK button to finish creating a project. Define Project Properties dialog is opened. We can choose profiling type from development mode and on-demand mode. We will choose development mode. In profiling options, we have memory profiling, CPU profiling and thread profiling. We choose all. In instrumentation option, we can configure instrumentation settings. We will proceed with recommended option. Analysis of profiling data is demonstrated in 4 steps: memory profiling, CPU profiling, thread profiling and detecting memory leaks. Now we will start profiling. Observe the dynamic updating of data in the summary view. You can see profiling metrics like heap memory, object instance count, thread count, etc. In this view, you can see summary of memory profiling information. A Package Class tab provides tabular report of live objects and garbage collected objects present within profiled application. In Allocation tab, you will see allocation tree of the selected class. This is method-wise allocation similar to class-wise allocation. Garbage collection view shows various stats which includes surviving generation, GC memory information, GC time information, GC object information, etc. In this view, you can see summary of CPU profiling information. Method view provides you with complete method details including method name, class name, signature, invocation count, etc. The invocation call tree view presents entire method hierarchy starting from running thread. This information is useful to identify proportion of time utilized by each method in running thread. The threads view shows thread chart information to check if the threads created are running as expected. Monitor view shows the details of the monitor classes. Monitor is a resource on which many threads are trying to access concurrently. If a deadlock is detected, it is graphically displayed in this view. Detecting memory leak is a key function of AppPerfect Java Profiler. We will see the process of detecting memory leak. We will first start scenario, then we'll use Pet Store application and then stop scenario. Click on Start Scenario button. We now perform some steps on Pet Store application. As soon as we stop scenario, AppPerfect will prompt to take heap snapshot. It would be useful for finding more details of leak objects. In URL recorded tab, we can see list of URLs on left and HTML content on right side recorded during scenario. In this tab, you will see memory leak information in terms of packages and classes. In Allocation tab, you will see allocation tree of the selected class.